This is Taking Charge podcast by John Olson. Um, what are those key moments in your life that you can point to that played a part in your life? There's two parts. There's two uh, points that well, mainly I can point to in my life that played a key role in my life. It was a conversation I had with my guidance counselor during um, high school. I was always never a very good student. I didn't take um, academics seriously in high school and that but I did later on, and there was another key component that point that I had in later on in life during college. Went to college. That was a conversation I had with my dad, and I write about it in taking charge. Those two key points that you can learn about there. The winning mindset. I I write these books. I enjoy writing these books. I like to share what I learned from different books. I like to learn. History was always one of my better subjects. Government was one of my better subjects in high school. I excelled at those particular subjects more than I did anything else. And that was one of the, it was good, but yet it was bad because other parts of school I didn't take seriously like I should have. And The Winning Mindset was another book that I wrote, and it covers the mindset, strength of character, strength of brand, strength of network, communication. Was a big one that I wrote a lot of. I wrote I concentrated more on it than I did a lot of the other areas because communication runs up and down uh, the spectrum from top to bottom, and the little things, it don't matter if it's real small or big. Those little things always count. I found that out in the Navy. If you missed one little thing in the Navy, it could cost somebody his life, especially in the area of that I worked in, which was aviation. Where I worked on jets, worked on aircraft parts. My vision was what I wanted to do, what I wanted to accomplish later on in life. I I missed teamwork, camaraderie was the two biggest things in my life. Then I wanted to learn about finances. Finances was a big one because, like anything else, it is something that can get you in trouble. So, Olson Financial Journey, my financial journey, was a my take on a book that I read by Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki wrote about finances, financial IQ. It's something you need to learn and continue to learn about because you can fall back into those traps. And believe me, I fell back into those traps a few times. And I still, yeah, fall back into those traps. And yeah, going back to those key points in my life, um, the key point with my dad um, that I remember was about a job. about what I wanted to pursue in life. Um, we got to talking about a lot of things, but the biggest thing that I remember was him talking about my brother compared to me. Well, you'll find out what I'm talking about in the book, Taking Charge. Guidance counselor, I didn't excel. I was lazy in a lot of my classes. I failed in a lot of my classes in high school, especially the first 2 years, which set me back because I didn't accumulate the credits that I should have. Um, I I'd like to hear about those key points in your life. So in the comments, write about those key points in your life that you can point to that made a difference in your life. Um, then in the Navy, I heard about a few ghost stories, and there was different ghost stories. I heard, especially like on the Forstall, I heard about people getting locked in um, spaces that you know mysteriously. Um, then there was on the one ship I was on the Independence. Matter of fact, I heard about a guy hanging himself in the one weapons elevator shaft. Well, I happened to be in that particular elevator shaft area, um, and I kept hearing strange noises all the time coming from that shaft area. I'd walk over there, they'd quit, come back to what I was doing, I'd hear them again, and it kept on and on and on. But I also heard from other people they had heard the same things in that same area. And matter of fact, I also read, in one of the books, and I think I heard it on the video. The most haunted ship in the Navy is USS Hornet, which um, recovered the capsule of Apollo 11. And matter of fact, it was being worked on when I went to San Francisco, to Alameda. It was being worked on their pier side. We went there 3 times. Matter of fact, I talked to a guy that he didn't tell me much. I met a guy that had worked on it there in Nampa. He didn't say much about it. We I don't think he remembered much about it, or he didn't want to talk much about it. But anyway, and I'd also like to hear about your ghost stories. If if you had been in the Navy, I'd like to hear about your ghost stories. Write about your ghost stories in the comments below. All right, my financial journey covered how to protect your money and budget money. Budget was a big failure, always a big failure for me, and I need to learn how to more budget my money more than I do. Leveraging money, that's basically using other people's money. Financial statement is your scorecard. What about the state of your finances? Further your learning and making more money. Making more money is basically doing things that you love to do. I like writing these books. That's something I enjoy. Building things out of wood is something I like to do. I enjoy it. So do what you like to do. Enjoy it. Make it your passion. And you'll enjoy it better when it's your passion. And I want to put in a plug for Bone Frog Coffee Company. Bone Frog Coffee Company is a Navy SEAL founded and owned and operated coffee company, like a Black Rifle Coffee Company is another veteran coffee company. I just gonna put in a plug for them. I don't get paid for them. I just put in a plug for them. BoneFrogCoffee.com is where you can pick up Bone Frog Coffee. I just I was served in the military. I'm a veteran, and I support veteran-owned companies, basically, and that's my passion too.